declines in math were greater than those in reading. Does that follow a trend seen in other NAEP reports? And how should we view these results in light of the changing strategies that have been used in mathematical instruction over the last decade with Common Core?
First, let me point out that the reading and math assessments are different. They have different difficulty levels. They were developed differently, psychometrically, so we can't truly compare them. And no student that took reading also took math. It is true that we see more pervasive declines in math across all subgroups for the past 2 years than we saw in reading. We did go back and we looked at the results past decade for reading and math, not just for long-term trend, but also for main NAEP. There really isn't a pattern that we can say is consistent with this one. You had a second part to your question I think is discernible, but it's not going to be discernible until we get to that richer data that Marty and I have been talking about for a while in the main NAEP, when we have a richer set of data, lots more jurisdictions, more powerful statistical data, and we have contextual background questions from students and teachers, how what their teaching best practices are and things of that sort that we really don't have here.
I had another thought in response to Ms. Palmer's question that I'm curious if you agree with. One pattern I've noticed in education research is that the effects of, say, attending a particularly high-quality school or having a strong teacher or of experiencing a given intervention, they often do seem to be more pronounced in math than in reading. And one hypothesis that researchers have about why that may be the case is that math is more uniquely influenced by what happens in schools, whereas reading is even more so than math a product of everything a child experiences both inside and outside of schools. I wonder if that might help explain some of the patterns that we saw. It was
I think
school
so.
that was shut down.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree with you more. I think the literature is pretty strong that mathematical skills are more sensitive to schooling than reading. Students sort of get support more for reading in and out of schools. So I would concur with that. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out as we look forward to recovery.